All right, I thought that I would give my take. Well, let's give God's take. Let's give God's take on what happened with between Will Smith and Chris Rock. You know, the slap that a lot of people talked about. Um, a lot of people have talked about it. A lot of people, when I first saw it, I thought it was fake. I really did. I thought that um, that it was all staged. I mean, this is Chris Rock. He's a comedian. Will Smith. He's he a lot of his movies are comedic type movies. So I thought these two guys were in on it together. I really did when I first saw it. Thought it had to be fake. Checked out a couple of a YouTube video where a couple of wrestlers they talked how they thought that it was fake as well. There's a point of it where Chris leans into Will like he's ready to take that slap. But now the more I look at it, the more it don't look fake. It didn't look fake, you know. So it depends on which, if it's not fake, then this is I want to just let you. I'm a Christian, born again Christian, and I just want to let you guys know what God would think about it. Um, when you're at the Oscars and you're on the front row sitting, you're fair game for jokes. I mean, Chris Rock is getting paid there to joke, to pal around with the actors. So they should be ready for that. Every one of them in that circle, that center circle, should have been ready. Everybody was expected to receive rewards. Should be ready to get joked on. So that's first and foremost. If I came with my wife, I would tell my wife, and I'm a married man. I have kids, and I would tell my wife, I'd say, "Hey, he may joke on us. Be ready for it. Don't take it to heart, baby." That's what I would have said. I would have prepared her. You know, Now I didn't know that she had propecia issues with her hair. I really didn't. And that's a sensitive thing with women. Their hair, the Bible says, is their glory. So I can understand it being a sensitive thing. Um, so when it started, you could tell by Will's body motion. I think he crossed his legs. He was prepared to have a good time, ready to laugh at these jokes that Chris was about to bring. And so when Chris said a joke about uh, Jada's hair, you know, it initially he laughed at it, and then he looked over at her and he saw that she was offended by it. So, and I don't know if there's a backstory. I don't know if there's some history between Chris Rock and Jada and Will. But the thing is, you'd never ever slap a man for someone telling a joke. I mean, there is. I understand there's honor, and I have a wife, and I tell you, if my wife was there, if she was offended by something someone had said, I would have said, "Hey, baby, I got you. I'll go and talk to him after this." That's what Will should have done. Will should have never went and confronted that man in front of millions of people, and he definitely shouldn't have slapped him. And you definitely don't turn your back on a man after you slap him. I mean, Will's very lucky that Chris didn't retaliate on him. He could have hauled off and hit him right in the back of the head. I mean, Chris could have done any number of things. I want to know where was the security when Will walked up to Chris? There should have been some guys there, some bouncers there, quick enough to stop Will. I know Will's a big guy, but there's a lot of security could have handled it. Where was it? But no, he walked right up to Chris Rock, and at that point, Chris, he probably caught him so off guard. He wasn't, if it was real, he wasn't ready. He 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 probably didn't think Will was going to slap him. But sure enough, he hauled off and slapped that man in front of millions of people. It's an embarrassing thing to get slapped. I can tell you, it's embarrassing, and it's also violent. Will's very lucky that he didn't have that charges weren't pressed against him. I mean, he's very lucky. Chris could have pressed charges. So what God is letting people know that, hey, where is the confidence? Where is the humbleness? Where is the virtue? Where is the forgiveness? You know, sure, Chris should stand his ground. And like I said, Will should have never approached him. He should have talked to him after the Oscars. He should have went. He could have took his wife with him. He should have went to Chris Rock privately. You go to the man privately, okay? If it was a public joke, okay, then go to the man publicly with your wife after the event, and go up to him and say, "Hey, my wife didn't appreciate that. I didn't appreciate that. Didn't appreciate what you said," and get Chris's side of the story. I mean, come on now. It did not deserve a slap. Didn't deserve any kind of physical confrontation. You know, get Chris Rock's side of the story. Let Chris get a chance to say he was sorry. You know, but however, it happened, and so it'll be interesting to see how Chris, what Chris, if Chris brings up any more about it, or I've heard a little bit that he would be ready to talk about it at some point. But Will is very lucky that charges were not pressed against him. I don't know if I like some of Will's movies. Men in Black, 1 and 2 and 3 was pretty good. Independence Day was pretty good. But I'm not really wanting to see, the Will that I know is the Will that parents just don't understand Will, the musical side of Will, the jam of the 80s, and 90s. That's the Will that I know. And so I just wanted to give y'all what God will want them men to batten down the hatches, to nip it in the bud, to confront, to talk to each other as men. Not You don't have to get physical. It's just words. Come on now, it'd be different if Chris went up there and hauled off on him, you know, and eye for an eye situation, you know. But the thing is, it was just words. I mean, where is the thickness of skin? You know what I'm saying? Where is the thickness of skin at? I mean, come on. If that had happened with me and my wife, I would have went to Chris Rock privately afterward and talked to him with words, tell him what I thought about it. So I just what I wanted to say on that. We may never see nothing like that again. I'm 50 plus years old, never seen anyone get slapped at the Oscars, especially. Millions of people watching. Will could have done a whole lot better. Go to the person after the event. Okay, Will, do that next time, and everything will be all right. Peace.